Hello, everybody. Welcome to another video. This time without video, I guess. This time we're going to be talking about the CW shows, The Flash and Arrow. I'm not alone. I'm with Logan,
Hello, all.
and he has his own channel, More Movies, and I'll be linking him in the description. Don't you worry. It will
Thank
be
you.
fine. We're going to be talking about Arrow season 3. And Flash season 1, and we're also going to be talking about some Comic-Con stuff that happened with Arrow and Flash and what we want from the next season, basically. Also a bit of Legends of Tomorrow, but let's first get into let's first start with the less good. Let's start with Arrow season 3. Obviously, it's the third season. We've gotten used to the characters, so they had to do something to step it up, but they didn't step it up.
Yeah,
But
Arrow is like most definitely one of my favorite shows. I think the first two seasons are absolutely fantastic and stand up with the best shows on television, especially in the superhero genre. But I think we can agree, and most people would agree with us, that season 3 overall was just pretty disappointing for a lot of reasons.
especially like the second half was not that good.
Hmm.
I thought especially the beginning of the second half, like the episodes where Oliver was presumed dead.
Hmm.
And it's just it wasn't that good. It's because we had to focus on characters which we don't really care that much about. I mean, we all like Roy. Roy is pretty fun, but he isn't someone who could lead. He isn't someone who could take the lead in a scene.
Right. I think Colton Haynes is a great actor, and I really enjoy him in Arrow. But just the way they've written his character and Roy as a character in general, he's just not set up to be a lead whatsoever. And I think that goes the same for Diggle and Felicity and Laurel and characters like that. They this show is Stephen Amell and Oliver Queen.
Yeah.
Without him, it's absolutely nothing. So those couple episodes where he wasn't there, it really kind of showed how much this show is carried on the back of one person, and that's really a problem. And you look at a show like Flash, who obviously has a fantastic lead man in Grant Gustin, but the supporting characters are also fantastic.
Yeah, and that's the thing what Flash does, except for the love triangle and
right. Well, it has its problems. Don't get me wrong.
But that's like typical CW stuff. Exactly. Like every CW show has to have like a love triangle or.
Well, and now in season 3, it's Brandon Routh, Stephen Amell, and Felicity, Emily Bett Rickards, or whatever.
Emily Bett Rickards or Ricards, whatever it is. But I want to say I love Brandon Routh. Brandon Routh is a great actor. He's a great guy. He's a nerd like us. He's like us.
Just better looking.
Way better looking. He's ripped. Jeez. Yeah. But his character was so poorly written. It was. He was just this one-dimensional guy with just some wisecracking jokes, and he was like the male Felicity without like any like substance.
Yeah, I think I like Brandon Routh and his character a lot more than you did. I didn't think he was that annoying most of the time. I agree that they didn't give him much to do in the show, but in terms of a character, I think he's hilarious and he's good comic relief. But
yes, he is.
The problem is he's fitted into the love triangle. And Felicity turned from one of the best characters on the show and one of the best female characters on television, in my opinion, to one of the worst.
Like everything she had in season 1 and 2, you know, the fun quirky stuff, and her being an adorable nerd was stretched out so much in this season, and also she became this helpless female. She was crying almost every single episode.
The whole the whole Merlin thing really annoyed me. It's like literally every 2 seconds, how could you do this to us?
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. We thought you were dead. Da, 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 da.
Well, everybody else has accepted the fact that Malcolm Merlin is now helping. She is still like, oh, could you do this? Oliver, you're not being yourself.
And I'm not saying she should be like jumping for joy at the fact that Merlin is required for them to get what they need to get done. But at the same time, it's literally every episode she spends the whole episode pouting about why Oliver's doing this and doing that. It's just it got so old so fast.
Exactly. It's getting really annoying, and now it's and yeah, she was just in the season before. It's because of the fans. It's the fans' fault because fans wanted Felicity and Oliver to get together. They wanted them to be together. They got it, and it was horrible. They turned out really horrible.
Right. Yeah.
And especially like the ending of the last episode, the last line Oliver says. It just made me want to puke. Because it wasn't like something Oliver would say. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna say something weird. I'm happy. I'm like, ugh, that's so. It was so extremely bad, and I wasn't happy with that finale at all.
Nobody was. It was pretty disappointing to say the least. Yeah. But what did you think of? I know you were a fan of the Ra's al Ghul they casted.
I thought Ra's al Ghul was fantastic in this season. I loved him. Every single scene with him, the presence he has, he really, it feels like he is Ra's al Ghul. It really feels like he is the leader. He has this sort of presence. The way he talks, it's perfect. It's really good.
Do you like ultimately like the road the character took, like how it ended and?
I kind of want him. He's probably not dead, but I didn't want him to die at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I thought it was okay, but just in comparison to Manu Bennett's, him as the villain in season 2 especially.
Not yet, kid.
Yeah, can't go a Flash or can't go an Arrow discussion without doing a Manu Bennett impression. But,
of course not.
But I honestly, besides Stephen Amell, I think Manu Bennett was the greatest thing in this series.
Well, overall. I think John Barrowman as Malcolm Merlin.
I think he's great too. I really like him.
He really helped. He really helped this season because every single scene with him was pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
Because John Barrowman is a fantastic actor.
Yeah, he's really good. What do you think about the whole stuff with Oliver's sister and Merlin training her and all that stuff?
I thought it started really interesting because I thought it was gonna go that way where Thea was basically gonna be a villain for this season, and
they really flopped on that quick.
Yeah. It was like she was being trained by Merlin. She was kind of being broody also a little bit, and then when she saw Oliver, she was like right back. And she was same old Thea again.
Yeah, I think that was a little disappointing too.
Yeah, they really had some potential there, and I think Willow Holland does a pretty good job as Thea. It's just she doesn't get written really well.
She's the least annoying out of the female characters, I think.
Yes, but like we can agree on that all the female characters aren't really written that well.
Felicity, I think, was for the first portion, major first portion of the show, and I think season 3 just went completely downhill.
Like for the first 2 seasons, I always thought that the strongest female characters were Felicity and Moira. And for season 3, like Moira's dead, so can't have her. And like Felicity, it just took a turn for the worst. And I've always hated Laurel.
Yeah, she's won me over a tiny bit. She's not as annoying as she used to be, but she's never been that strong of a character just in general.
Yeah, and how she became Black Canary, she can all of a sudden kick ass when she only had a few fighting lessons.
They kind of alluded to her not being able to hold her own, and they showed her struggle. but it was
Yeah,
still too
that was
fast.
that was one episode. That only happened in one episode, and then the next episode she was kicking ass.
Yeah, you're right.
Like she's been training for years, like Oliver.
It could have been worse, but it could have been a lot better. Also,
Yeah, I still think Sarah is way better than Laurel.
Oh, yeah.
I really like Sarah, and thank God she's gonna be back in Legends. Legends.
yeah.
of Tomorrow.
I think it's kind of a cop out because it's getting to the point where when a character dies, it doesn't mean anything anymore because they just bring them back.
Yeah, that's why in Flash, Eddie died. I thought it was horrible because I didn't want Eddie to die, but and I still have the feeling like he's still gonna come back. I still have that feeling, because his body got sucked in that wormhole. It's like,
Yeah, who knows with that?
yeah, it is confirmed that Tom Cavanaugh is back for season 2 of Flash.
Yay.
That he will be. I don't know if they confirm that he will be like Harrison Wells, or be Eobard
It'll be
Thawne
interesting. That's
Yeah.
all I know.
So yeah, Flash season, Arrow season 3, Flash season 3. We didn't even have that yet. Arrow season 3 was all in all. It started off pretty good. I thought the first like 3 episodes were really really good, and then it just went downhill from there.
Right.
And it really didn't pick itself up again. I thought the Vinnie Jones stuff was pretty cool. The brick, but then again, those 3 episodes where Oliver wasn't there, so you had the side characters leaving.
Right. Well, he was one of the things that helped those episodes out as well.
Yes. Yeah, and I didn't really like the whole Cupid thing.
That was probably one of the most annoying things I've ever seen. But
Yeah.
I did like kind of the Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah,
arc
yeah.
That they had.
That was that was probably the only episode in the second half of the season that I truly loved. I love that episode. It's just because the guy who plays Deadshot is fantastic.
Yeah, he was really good. I enjoyed him.
It's just his fun lines, and he's always that sarcastic guy.
He was a likable anti-hero. Like he was.
Yeah, he wasn't a villain except for in season 1, but then he became an anti-hero.
Right.
And and we also got to see some backstory from him.
And I
in
thought
that
it
episode.
worked well. I mean, it wasn't like fantastic, but it didn't bother me.
Yeah. I mean,
It made his departure, if you will, a little more. It had a little more weight to it.
So I don't know if he's like really dead, because
You didn't see him.
That's like the comic. That's like the comic rule. If you don't see his body like being disintegrated, he could be alive.
Exactly.
But if he's dead, we all know the reason. It's because Deadshot is going to be in Suicide Squad.
Right.
That's the reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that episode was probably the one I enjoyed the most out of that season, and it kind of picked up again when they were going more and more to Nanda Parbat, the League place. I really liked those scenes, but it was just when the whole team basically went to Nanda Parbat, Felicity and stuff. That was so horrible. That was, and I thought the flashbacks this season were, they didn't bother.
Oh yeah, that
matter.
was one of the worst parts of the season because the flashback sequences really made the show kind of unique, and it really, it was really interesting to see how everything came together, and then just everything dragged out so much in this season with the flashbacks. They never really went anywhere. They weren't that interesting at all. That was one of the most disappointing things of the season, in my opinion.
And like the payoff for the flashbacks where that Akio, the little kid, died. That they already said that Akio died in when the
right.
mid-season finale was. So it wasn't really
a surprise or anything.
A surprise anymore. And I like Maseo. I thought his character was cool. I also liked Katana. Those two.
Yeah, I
characters were
liked
good.
both of them. The flashbacks just didn't do it for me.
And I thought that one scene they had where she kills him was really good and was really
that was cool.
That was a cool scene, but like when Ray Palmer put in his Atom suit, it was so annoying. He like flew in. It's just he is his character isn't for that show, and that's why it's good that he is on his own show now. He doesn't have to deal with the love triangle and him being such a bland character.
He'll flourish a lot more.
Yeah, I hope so, and I kind of expect that. So yeah, I guess that's about it.
Well, one more character I wanted to ask you about. What did you think about Quentin Lance? Because I used to love his character, and I felt like in the third season I didn't like him as much.
He was great until he started getting mad at Laurel for not telling him about Sarah, but she had a pretty good reason for not, because she was afraid that he. Well,
it's like that doesn't happen. It really doesn't. I mean, I didn't buy it. I really didn't. If that were to happen, yeah, he might be mad for a day that she didn't tell him, but then you take comfort in family when you're grieving over a family member. Like, that's just how it works. Yeah, especially a father-daughter relationship. I really didn't buy it.
But also what he said, like, I forgive you, but I will never forget this. Who says that to their own freaking daughter?
Yeah.
Like,
it's not like she killed somebody or in a real world. If your child goes to jail or goes to prison, you're still gonna have that unconditional love. And I felt like, even though like he says that at one point, like it didn't show it. I just didn't like it overall.
Yeah, and then he just becomes mad at Oliver, or at least the Arrow, for also not telling him, but he also had a good reason, because he's not a family member. He's not supposed to tell him. It's just so incredibly stupid. Like, the second half of the season, I hated Lance. At the first half, I thought he was great. I thought he was the most consistent character in the first half. But the second half, he just also took a turn for the worse. And that sucks, because Paul Blackthorne is a really good actor, and I think he's really good. Oh, yeah, and also Colton Hayes left the show, so.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Yeah, because now Thea's wearing his suit, and yeah.
Right.
It kind of sucks that he left the show, but it also might be for the best, because what did Roy still have in his arsenal, hey? Like,
I see what you did there.
I don't think Roy had more to offer than what we already saw from him. I guess that does it for season 3 of Arrow. All in all, wasn't really that good.
Yeah, I was disappointed.
And now we get to the good stuff.
Yeah, yes.
Now we get to the Flash, and oh my God, the Flash came out fast. It came out it had a running start.
Well, I thought the very beginning, the first couple episodes were a little rocky. I wasn't sure. But once we really got deep in and the Reverse Flash storyline kind of started, that's when I was like, okay, we really have something special here.
Well, it was especially became better when they didn't have a throwaway villain every single episode.
Right.
That's when it started to get better. That's when the show really flourished, and it became the great show that it is right now.
Exactly.
And great set of actors. Every single scene between Barry and Joe, or Barry and his father,
fantastic.
That, like, every single time I was sitting there with tears in my eyes, I was like, oh my God, this is so good.
Yeah.
And also Tom Cavanaugh was great as Harrison Wells.
Probably my favorite performance other than Grant's, Gustin's.
Yeah. And in the beginning, I wasn't sure about Eddie. I thought, oh, he's just gonna be this throwaway character.
Right.
He's just gonna be the douchebag cop. But I really warmed up to him.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, I thought he was a really good character. And when eventually at the end, when he kills himself to save the rest, it was really well. And I totally actually did not see that coming. I was like, whoa, he just shot himself right there.
It was like I saw it coming, like 5 seconds before it happened. Like, you kind of see there was a certain shot, and that shows him, and then I'm like, oh, that's what he's about to do. He's about to take it for him, and then it kind of happened. But no, it wasn't predictable at all.
Yeah, we also got another Amell in the Flash. We got Robbie Amell, Stephen Amell's nephew.
Cousin.
Cousin. I'm sorry. And he was Ronnie Raymond, one half of Firestorm.
Yeah.
I liked him. I thought he was pretty good.
I thought he could have been a little bit better. I mean, he was barely on the show if you think about it.
Yeah.
It was almost cameos. It wasn't that much, but I didn't have a problem with him. I think they could explore him a little bit more.
Maybe they'll do that because, of course, I don't know. I don't think they casted Robbie Amell for Legends of Tomorrow. I think it's just gonna.
Yeah, I don't think he's in it.
It's gonna be Victor Garber and some other guy who's gonna be Firestorm.
Yeah,
that's kind of sucks, but I really hope that he gets more explored in season 2.
Right.
But yeah, he was okay. For the scenes he had, he was pretty good. I also warmed up more to Cisco as the season progressed, because at the start I didn't like Cisco.
I loved Cisco from the beginning. That was just me. Great comic relief. And I thought the one episode where Brandon Routh guest starred, I thought their chemistry and their interplay was great. I thought it really worked well.
But then the whole villain was like stupid with the bees and yeah. But yeah, Ray Palmer looked like he belonged on that show too. To just have.
Well, Flash has a more lighthearted feel to it compared to Arrow.
Exactly, because Arrow basically is Batman.
Mm-hmm.
It's dark and brooding.
Right.
And Ray Palmer totally did not fit in that show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he in those 2 episodes. Well, it was in 1 episode or in 2.
It might have been 2. I'm not sure though.
I think it was 2. In those 2 episodes, he was really good. I really liked him.
Yeah.
And then he went back to Arrow, and he was same old.
Right.
But yeah, the scenes he had with Cisco were great. We also got some good villains. We got Captain Cold, who was a really good villain. The ice sponge started to get a little annoying.
It seems like any character villain that has ice as its power, there's always going to be ice puns. I don't know why that is. It wasn't Schwarzenegger bad, but
they took it a little too far when he was in the bar and they started
cold
playing.
As ice by Full
You're as cold as I was like, really.
But he was probably the most, other than Reverse Flash, obviously, probably one of the better villains in the season.
Yeah. Also, it was fun because Dominic Purcell is Heatwave and Wentworth Miller is Captain Cold, and they both were on Prison Break, and they played brothers on Prison Break. Yeah, and we also got Robert Knepper as Claw King in 1 episode here. He also played in Prison Break. So
yeah.
And we got Vertigo guy on Arrow season 3, and he was also in Prison Break.
Yeah, it's like whoever runs this show must have really loved Prison Break.
I think so, and I think it's a good choice. Yeah, the Flash, like when that the mid-season finale was like my favorite episode until the final couple of episodes, or like the final is probably my favorite. Or the one where Cisco gets killed, but then Barry goes back in time.
Right, that was cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. But yeah, like the mid-season finale was like the Christmas episode. Well, it was during Christmas, and that's when we first got to see the Reverse Flash, and we got a little more hints that he knew Barry, and this season was so crazy. And I loved it. It was really, really good.
Right. Well, I thought the way Tom Cavanaugh was able to be likable but at the same time mysterious, and you kind of got the feeling that there was something going on there. Absolutely perfect job. I think he struck that balance absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, you can really see that he is a experienced actor. That he has the acting chops to do that, because he was he went from really likable scientist to brooding character that you really don't know. It's in like a split second, and I think he can teach some of the actors on the show a little bit, because I wasn't a fan of Daniela Panabaker as Caitlin. Her character worked, but she isn't the best actress.
I thought she was okay. She didn't annoy me at all, really. I thought she was fine. There are other female characters on the show that we'll talk about, I'm sure, that I could hardly stand, but she wasn't really one of them. But back to the Tom Cavanaugh thing, I love that part in that episode where Cisco figured it out.
Yeah.
And then he walks in and he's like, "Hello, Cisco," and I'm just like, "Oh."
You're like, "Oh no, no." And also, what really cool was his speech about the Speed Force. That was really cool.
Yeah.
But so you want to talk about an annoying female character?
Well, I think you know who I'm talking about.
Well, are you talking about someone with the last name West?
I am indeed. and I don't think it's Joe.
No, because Joe is a great character.
And
we're gonna talk
girl.
about yes, and we're gonna talk about Iris West. She was so fucking annoying. I mean, she had some good scenes, especially some scenes with Barry were good. But
I don't think she's a bad actress. That's not.
Oh no, definitely not.
I'm not saying that. I just think her character is terrible.
She is. She at some point, wasn't she mad at Eddie for keeping a secret because he wanted to protect her or something?
Yeah, I hated that. It's like, you're not telling me something. It's like, just say, "Oh, I'm stressed out. Work's been tough." That's all you have to do. And he kind of did that, but she said "No, you're hiding something from me, so we can't go out anymore."
And then when he finally told her the truth, she was still mad.
Of course.
She was still like, "You didn't tell me on time." It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
She was so annoying, and it sucks that Flash, like Arrow, the romantic interest is so annoying, because we want to root for them to be together, but I was more rooting for Barry and Caitlin to get together or
well,
anything.
it would have been less annoying, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was rooting. I wasn't rooting for.
There was
them
that one girl that was kind of his girlfriend for a while, but I didn't like her either.
She was actually in the comics. I think it was Lena Park. In the comics she is Wally West's girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Who was also Flash.
Mm-hmm.
When Barry Allen dies, he becomes the Flash, basically.
Right.
So a couple of things for season 2 they have confirmed. They have confirmed that Zoom is going to be the big bad of the season. Zoom, of course, faster than Reverse Flash, faster than the Flash. He is the ultimate Flash villain. Also confirmed Wally West for season 2 and Jay Garrick, the original Flash.
Mm-hmm.
And we also got Michael Ironside, who's going to be the father of Leonard Snart, aka Captain Cold, in the series.
We all know that's going to be incredible.
And we got Edge, WWE's Edge, as what was it, Adam Smacker or something?
Smasher, I think it's Smasher.
Yeah, Adam Smasher. So that's gonna be cool.
I know that made me giddy when I read that.
Yeah, but especially the Ironside one, I'm a big fan of.
Well, Ironside's one of the most classic film villains in history, and especially in the 90s. So
especially with his amazing voice.
Right. So to see him back, even in a minor role like this, I mean, it's probably a major role in the show, but a minor role just in the grand scheme of things. I still think he's going to be great. Kind of like how Mark Hamill was in that.
Yes,
one
I was
episode.
just about to. That might be my favorite episode.
I think that was the most fun episode. That was definitely that was the fun side of Flash.
Yes.
The jokes were great. It was a little more meta, which I thought was great.
Yeah. And the fun thing was he was reprising his role from the 90s Flash
cool.
show. Yeah, and we also got to see his old costume and stuff. Got to see old pictures. It was really fun. And he was sort of playing a mix between the Trickster and the Joker, but the Trickster has always been that.
He basically that was a complete fan service, and it really worked.
Yeah. He also did a Star Wars line. He did. He did the I am your
when
father.
you hear that him say "I am your father" and you go, "That is the dumbest but the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life."
I was like, oh my god, this is so dumb, but I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like for that episode you get a pass.
Your mind thinks that was that was really cheesy, but your heart goes yes.
Yeah. Your mind is like, oh my god, but your heart is like, oh yes. he did a Star Wars reference.
Yeah.
I thought John Wesley Shipp as Henry Allen was
Fantastic.
brilliant. Of course, he was the original Flash
Right.
in the '90s TV show, and I thought especially the final scene between him and Barry in the finale.
So good.
Especially when he goes like, "When you become a father, then you will truly know how proud of you I am."
Mm-hmm.
That one got me. Like,
Yeah.
I am not afraid to admit it. I was crying during that episode. I was cried multiple times. I cried during
Yeah, that
Joe
last episode was very emotional, very dramatic,
Mm-hmm.
and I still think the show has some very emotional moments and it has some very lighthearted moments, and I think most of the time they strike the blend of the two great. But there were some episodes that were more extreme than others in one direction. And that was
what do you
definitely one of them.
what do you think of the Barry karaoke?
That wasn't one of my favorite
No,
moments, but
I mean, we already know that Grant Gustin can sing because he was on Glee.
yeah, but I didn't need a whole scene telling me.
I know, true.
And I didn't think it was that funny with Caitlyn getting drunk. Like I didn't. It wasn't for me, but I didn't hate it.
I also really like Clancy Brown as Eileen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought he was a little one-dimensional for me, and I've seen it
Yeah,
before,
but
it wasn't
I always
terrible.
like I always like seeing him.
Yeah, he's
as
great.
Yeah, I mean he's because he's Mr. Krabs, by the way. And,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he does a ton
Yeah.
of voices.
Yeah, but it was fun seeing him, and Gorilla Grodd was brilliant.
Yeah, that I was very impressed with the visual effects for a
Yes!
TV show.
Yes.
The CGI in this was very good.
Yeah, because it was only one year ago when we had that horrible drone explosion in Arrow, and then in Flash we got like a Gorilla Grodd looked really good for a TV show.
For sure. Yeah,
And also the effects of the Flash running were perfect.
And then in that last episode with the giant wormhole, I thought that looked cool.
Yeah. And the firestorm effects look
Right,
really cool.
So visually, this show's great.
Visually, I that was sort of my main concern. I was like, are they gonna pull it off on a TV show? Do they have the budget for it? But they really pulled it off.
Yeah,
and
they did.
I really got to give props to Berlanti and co. for doing such an awesome job with the visuals. But what I really liked about Grodd that he wasn't talking, that he was talking through telepathy. That was so awesome.
Yeah, that was well done.
And for like weeks, I was quoting the line, "Not God, Grodd."
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was really awesome. And this show did a lot of fan service, but it did it well.
I agree.
Because people were like, "Oh, we want to see Gorilla Grodd," and we got Gorilla Grodd, and we want to see Captain Cold, and we really got Captain Cold. This show sums up. This show is probably the perfect superhero show.
Yeah, I just hope it can keep going the same way it has.
I hope so, but with the casting choices and the big bad of season 2, I'm pretty sure they will, because Zoom is awesome, and we also we didn't really. Well, now we're gonna get into the future stuff with next season. Neil McDonough got cast as Damien Dark for season 3 of Arrow.
You're very happy about that.
Yeah, I love him. He's been in Band of Brothers. He has been in Minority Report, that movie with Tom Cruise. Yeah. He's even been in Desperate Housewives.
Oh my goodness!
How do I know that? I don't know.
You're a fan. You're a fan.
I might have watched it with my mom a couple of times.
No judging from me. I won't judge.
Yeah, but I think he is a perfect casting for Damien Dark. I can't wait to see what next season of Arrow is gonna do, because we also got a preview of the new costume for the Green Arrow. He's gonna be, next season he's gonna become the Green Arrow, because he cannot use the Arrow identity anymore. But this is something weird, because I don't know if Belanti said it or someone else said it, for Oliver to go back to being a vigilante, something tragic needs to happen.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. The problem is there's been so many tragic things that have happened, and then they've been completely undone by bringing the characters back and whatnot.
I kind of hope this, and it's only because of season 3. Kind of hope Felicity might die, and then.
See, the problem is she's so loved by the fans that I don't think they'd do it. That's just one of the ones that wouldn't.
Yeah, it's like basically killing Daryl in The Walking Dead.
I could see like them alluding to Roy possibly dying.
Yeah, but Roy isn't in the show anymore.
Right, but they could just say, "Oh, by the way, Roy died." Like,
if they do that, that'd be horrible.
It wouldn't surprise me if they did that. But
true, but if they do that, that'd be absolutely horrible.
Laurel going wouldn't shock me either.
I don't think she's going,
because she's not as popular,
and she's in that Black Canary arc still.
I guess.
I swear to God, if they kill Diggle, I'm done.
I don't think they'd do that. That would be terrible. But what do you think about the writers have specifically said they're gonna try and kind of match the Flash a little bit more and write a lighter story to this season of Arrow?
Well, that's good, because Green Arrow is a lighter character, and it's really good that it's going away from the Batman and going more to the Green Arrow. What I also want, and what they did, is they got more writers. So they don't have to carry the load of a couple of shows on like a couple of persons.
Right.
They are dividing the teams now, so that's really good. Because you could really see that they could not handle 2 shows, and now they have 4 shows, 3 of them on CW and 1 of them on CBS, which we're not going to mention because nobody cares about nobody cares about Supergirl, okay? And and so, but the Legends of Tomorrow is kind of going to be like what Agent Carter is to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's going to be more of like in between the seasons, I think.
Yeah, I think it looks fun. I think it'll be enjoyable.
I mean, it's really cool that they have Vandal Savage as bad guy in that. Vandal Savage isn't a crazy big bad guy in the comics, but he is a really interesting character because he has lived for literally thousands and thousands of years. He is basically immortal. So that's going to be cool, seeing what they're going to do. And for his Legends of Tomorrow team, consisting of White Canary, Sarah, Firestorm, Captain Cold, Heatwave, Atom, Hawk Girl, and Rip Hunter, played by Arthur Darvill. And it's going to be fun because he plays a time traveler in this, Rip Hunter, and he was a companion on Doctor Who. So he's going back to his old time traveling days.
Yeah.
But he is now the one in charge. So it's going to be interesting to see what that show is going to do. I thought the trailer they released was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I hope it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then I think I'll be happy with it.
Exactly. It has to be more like Flash and less like Arrow. Let's just keep it like it. Even if the writers of Arrow are saying we're going to make it more like Flash, then it's a good sign. Because they realized how brilliant Flash was this season. Trying to think of more things. What do you want to see of both shows in next season?
One thing that I thought was interesting is Flash is they kind of set up Cisco.
Oh yeah, he's a metahuman.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to see where they take him. Like, he's supposed to be Vibe, right?
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what they do with that. Hopefully he doesn't turn too serious, because towards the end he was a much more serious character, but the storyline had forced him to be, which is fine. Yeah. So as long as they kind of keep that nature that he had at the beginning, that kind of a little more humorous, I mean, I really like Cisco. I thought he was a great character.
Mm-hmm.
Arrow, it just needs to be better because season 3 was just too
Yeah.
disappointing. Diggle
Yeah.
will be interesting because apparently it's been said that he's going to have some kind of suit. So that'll be interesting. I hope Captain Lance comes around because I really like Paul Blackthorne and I really loved Lance in the beginning. So I hope he turns around.
I really hope they fix Felicity as well.
Yeah, because she was great and now she's terrible. So,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm really looking forward to Flash because it ended on such a high note, and then obviously with the great castings. For new villains and stuff like that. It's just I can't wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing, and especially if it's gonna bring more flashes, Jay Garrick and Wally West. I cannot wait. I want to see if they will do Killer Frost because of course Caitlin Snow in the comics. Is Killer
Frost.
That's
That's right.
The writers said that they eventually want to do Killer Frost, but they don't know if they want to do it in season 2.
Well,
and
do you think say they push both Cisco and Caitlin on the same path at the same time? Would that be too much, or should they kind of take them one at a time?
Vibe is a good guy. Killer Frost is not.
Right.
So if it would be cool to see them go like down the same path.
I guess that does make sense because then you'd have like the kind of the good guy going. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like they're starting on the same path, but they're slowly splitting up because one of them is good or one of them is bad. I don't know how.
How does Killer Frost become bad though? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do that in the show because
she's anything but villainous.
Yeah, because Killer Frost becomes bad in the comics because she hates Firestorm.
Oh, really?
This one doesn't really hate Firestorm, does she now?
No.
I mean,
it's the exact opposite. Unless he does something crazy, terrible.
Maybe that'll happen, but it's honestly exciting to see what's gonna happen, especially with that wormhole open now.
Right.
It's gonna unleash
that could create a whole like alternate dimension where the characters that were good or bad, or
I was thinking that the Killer Frost could be like the one from the alternate dimension, but the writer said the Killer Frost we saw in the finale, like from the flash forwards and flashbacks, and it was from his dimension.
Oh, okay.
So eventually it will happen.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It would be awesome to see.
They have a lot of different ways they could take this.
Yes, and Flash has so many options because Flash is such a big character with a very, very like grand.
Exactly. Arrow's a lot more confined in what it can do. I think.
Yeah, I mean, Arrow doesn't really have that many characters they can play with. It would be fun to like one day see maybe Damian Wayne on the show, but because we already know that Bruce Wayne exists in the universe,
right?
Because we saw that one newspaper in Flash where Queen consolidated and Wayne Tech merged.
Yeah.
So it would be fun to see Damian Wayne because of course. He's a bad guy, and he's if he becomes a Robin, but he's a bad guy because he's basically raised by Ra's al Ghul, and we already have Ra's al Ghul in the show, so it could be fun for him to eventually appear. Also, one thing I'm not really happy with is that Oliver just suddenly just gives Malcolm Merlyn control of the League of Assassins because you can't trust him,
right?
And you give this League of Master Assassins to him.
Yeah, the writers really wrote themselves into a hole this season. They really have to crawl out of a deep hole in season 4.
They screwed up so bad that I was kind of hoping with the Flash finale that Flash would go back in time and rewind the
like
whole season.
Pull a Days of Future Past and completely erase it.
Just rewind that whole season. Like just never make it happen.
Yeah.
But it didn't, so that's fine. Yeah, I think that's about it for that coverage. I also kind of want to talk because we haven't really talked about this. I haven't talked about this in any video about the Jon Bernthal casting for Daredevil.
Incredible.
Incredible, yes. Of course, known for playing Shane on on The Walking Dead. Gotta kill his walker, Shane. You think you love her, but you don't.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect casting, and the fun thing is, I didn't really thought of him until they announced him
It came out of nowhere, and you're like, oh,
and I'm like, oh, that's the perfect pick. Because I was thinking like Michael C. Hall, Dexter.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of thinking him.
Everyone said Tom Hardy.
Yeah, but Tom Hardy said no. But I finally got Michael C. Hall. I got from Joe. So but now he is switching it over from him being Punisher to Bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Michael C. Hall in anything would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want like Timothy Olyphant or Dougray Scott to be Bullseye. They also casted Elektra.
Right.
But I don't
She's
really
a little more of an unknown, but
yeah. But like the Jon Bernthal casting.
But nobody really on Daredevil is super known other than Vincent D'Onofrio. I mean, even Charlie Cox, like he's been in stuff, but he's not like a household name or anything.
Yeah, like the one like big actor was Vincent D'Onofrio, and he's probably still gonna be in season 2 because he's just in jail.
If he's not in season 2, then I don't know what they're doing.
Then he might be.
But they have said that the Punisher is gonna be the main villain of season 2, which is very interesting.
Yeah. Because Punisher started out as a villain,
right,
and he eventually became the anti-hero we know and love. There were also Punisher also might be in the new Spider-Man movie.
Oh, interesting.
So that'd be interesting, and it's almost confirmed. I don't know if it's confirmed. It might be confirmed, but Daredevil will be in Civil War. Maybe I don't know. If
I haven't heard of that, but.
But there were rumors that he.
Their problem is with Civil War is there's already so many freaking characters. It's like adding more and more and more. I think is a mistake.
Well, they need many superheroes for that storyline.
Yeah, but they already have many. I mean, everyone's in this movie. This might as well be Avengers Civil War at this point.
The only one.
Hulk and Thor aren't in it.
Hulk and Thor,
but everybody else.
But there were like rumors that Hulk might be in it, so if he's in it, then only Thor is not in it.
Right.
But is Scarlett Johansson gonna be in it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, because she was such a prominent character in Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and Renner has been announced that he's gonna be in it. Of course, Robert Downey Jr. is the main villain in that movie. It's gonna be interesting. Gonna get Bucky again. We're gonna get Falcon again. Falcon, who also is in Ant-Man, apparently.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently he's in Ant-Man. Ant-Man himself is going to be in Civil War.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd. And some... Black Panther is going to be in there.
It's so many people. I just hope they can juggle it.
And maybe Spider-Man. Who knows? Who knows if Spider-Man...
No, Spider-Man is going to be in it.
Oh, wow. Sure. Okay, Daredevil, you don't have to come anymore. It's fine. just stick to your own show. Maybe in Avengers, you can.
If Daredevil ever shows up in the MCU, it's gonna be a different Daredevil because they always keep the TV and the
this Daredevil is in the MCU. They have confirmed that it is in the same universe. That because we see like a thing. All of that in Hell's Kitchen happened because of what happened.
Yeah, I guess. But will we ever see Charlie Cox as Daredevil in a film?
Probably. There are talks about it. It would be weird for them to cast a completely different.
It would, but isn't it weird that Ezra Miller is going to be Flash instead of Grant Gustin? And I mean, I'm sure he'll be good, but
yeah, but that is Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers does things different.
I mean, you're not going to see people from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Marvel movies other than Clark Gregg, obviously, but...
Well, Skye is an Inhuman, so...
Will she be in the Inhumans movie then?
Probably. She's one of the main Inhumans.
But will it be that actress?
Probably, because because they've already established that all of that is in the MCU. That they because John Bernthal is so close to being in Daredevil season 2 and in Spider-Man. Then don't they have to cast someone else then for him if you want to do that?
Well, I don't want
yeah.
them to, but I
No.
thought that's how it was.
No, that's with DC, but that's also because the CW shows are probably too lighthearted for the movies.
Yeah.
And they
but then
might
couldn't
also...
you say that maybe Daredevil is too dark for Marvel?
No, because well, maybe the character could be too dark, but isn't Bucky like a really dark character?
Well, I'm talking. Well, maybe in the comics, but I don't think in the movies he's portrayed as super dark.
Oh, it's just they have confirmed that it is within the universe, and they have not confirmed it for Arrow and Flash.
Yeah,
because it's not. They have said it's
well,
not.
yeah,
in
they
the same
specifically
universe.
said the CW shows are completely separate from the films.
Yeah, and with this,
they haven't said that.
Well, this has been made by Marvel themselves. This has been made by by Kevin Feige.
Yeah,
Kevin Feige, it is the one who is producing it. So of course, it's in the MCU.
But Daredevil's not going to be in Civil War. That's not going to
happen. He might be in Avengers, in the first part.
I don't know. I don't see it happening. I really don't. But it's possible.
They've
left it open to happen.
Even Robert Downey Jr. himself said that he would like the TV characters to come on on the movies.
Well, they're good enough, that's for sure.
As long as they only bring Daredevil characters and do not bring any of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters.
Yeah.
Maybe Coulson, but Coulson was a great side character.
Right. Well, Coulson's supposed to be dead. They just want to bring him back for TV to make money.
Exactly.
Because Joss Whedon killed him off.
Exactly. But just because people were so like, oh no, Phil, and then they were like, let's make a show out of that so we can get more money from you.
Yeah.
So I think that about does it for everything. So this turned from talking about CW shows to Marvel for the last 10 to 15 minutes. But yeah. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Leave your opinions about the Flash and the Arrow and maybe even Daredevil, whatever you want. What is your opinion about these shows? Do you agree with us on that Arrow season 3 isn't that good, or do you completely disagree that you love it? Because I've had a few people that say, "Oh, I thought this season was great," but they don't know much about comics.
They're stupid.
You're stupid. No, you can like it. It's not.
I didn't hate season 3. I was just a little disappointed. It was just. It's not. They can't say it's anywhere near as good as the first 2 seasons.
Oh no!
Even if they do like it.
Especially not season 2.
Yeah.
Because season 2 was absolutely awesome, but I think that Flash season 1 surpassed all those seasons.
Oh, that's tough for me. I think season 1, season 2 of Arrow I still like more than the Flash, but I can see why. I mean, you could argue for Flash, obviously.
I mean, I'm more biased towards Flash.
Your Flash is your favorite superhero.
Yeah, Flash is my favorite superhero, so obviously I'm going to lean more towards the Flash.
Right. I still like Arrow more, like the first 2 seasons, but I still really enjoyed the Flash.
Oh yeah, but both shows are good. Arrow unfortunately didn't have a good season.
Yeah,
but,
and who knows? Flash season 3 might be just as bad. So.
Yeah, it's probably gonna get to a season 3 probably.
Oh yeah, it will. There's no way.
Oh yeah. I wonder how long these shows are gonna go on for.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I don't think Arrow has that many seasons left for itself.
Well, I could see Arrow totally pulling a Lost where it goes 3 seasons way too long.
or Dexter where it goes on for 4 seasons way too long.
Any show that has gone way too long, I could see Arrow doing that. And Flash, it's still too early to tell. It's only been 1 season.
Yeah, but Flash has so many characters that they might. I think they can at least pull either 5 seasons. I think they can pull at least 5 seasons out of it if they do it well. If they don't cram every single character into like different episodes.
Right.
Because I kind of see them doing that, and I don't want that. But yeah, just don't make it like Lost. Don't make it like Dexter or what other show did go on for too long.
I haven't watched it, but I heard The Sopranos went on too long.
I haven't finished The Sopranos, so I don't know.
I heard the first couple seasons are incredible, and then the last few weren't that great. But most really popular shows go on too long. There are the few that, like, I think Breaking Bad ended at the absolute perfect spot.
Yeah, because Vince Gilligan actually had an ending, and he was like, and he is so passionate about his projects. Better Call Saul, the first season was brilliant.
Yeah.
It's been nominated for an Emmy, by the way.
Well, the Breaking Bad ended when fans still wanted more, and the problem with shows like Lost is people just weren't into it anymore.
Yeah, it's just the final season wasn't that good.
Yeah.
The last couple of seasons weren't that good, but I still kind of liked it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it by any means, but by season 6, or did it go 6 seasons or 7 seasons? I think it went 6.
Yeah.
By season 5, I was like, okay, they could have ended this now.
I mean, as soon as Locke died and he turned into the smoke monster.
Yeah. Once it got all supernatural and magical, I was like, okay, it's getting a little ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, the time travel stuff I was fine with, but until they did like the thing with the Jacob guy who was on the island for hundreds and hundreds of years, and he got all of them together, I was like, don't. It's just so stupid.
Yeah. And you look at most of those actors, and they've pretty much been killed by Lost because they're not in anything anymore.
Oh, Evangeline Lilly.
Yeah, she's really the only one who's kind of broke out. Everybody else is like, you never see Matthew Fox anymore. What was what's his name? Josh
Holloway.
Yeah.
Josh Holloway is actually going to be in a new show, which is going to air. It's going to be with Sarah Wayne Callies.
Really? Yeah.
Laurie.
Yeah, Laurie.
On the Walking
Coral.
Dead. Coral. So I'm excited to see that. But yeah, it's unfortunate that actors like Matthew Fox didn't get anything to do anymore, because Matthew Fox is a pretty talented actor.
Yeah.
The other one who broke it was Michael Emerson, who played was it Benjamin Linus?
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever seen him in anything else.
Well, I'm a big Person of Interest fan.
Yeah,
so he's in that, and he does a lot of voice work. He also voiced the Joker in The Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, really?
He was really good. Yeah, so it shows can kill people, because let's be honest, Michael C. Hall also doesn't have this big career.
Well, he hasn't really done anything since Dexter ended.
Well, it's because people will always see him as Dexter.
Yeah, but what about like Bryan Cranston? Like, he's still doing well, but
he also already had a long career.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, what about Aaron Paul then?
It's not looking good for him.
Yeah, well, Need for Speed I heard was terrible, but
Need for Speed was terrible, but he will always be seen as, Jesse.
Yeah.
And I think he can do stuff. People have been saying that they want him as Bullseye for Daredevil. That would be an interesting choice.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it would be a great choice, but I would definitely be interested in seeing that.
Hey, if they put a guy like Edge in the Flash, he's not I don't know, the greatest actor to ever live or anything like that. But it's just more star power to add the show, and you'll just see him and go, "Oh yeah, I know that guy," and that's really all you need him for.
So as long as they don't add John Cena, I'm fine with it.
I think if you add someone into Daredevil, they need to be a little bit more than that.
Like Aaron Paul. Aaron Paul is a really talented actor.
Exactly. And he's kind of a big star, so when you see him, you're like, oh, that's cool, and he'll deliver. In terms of Edge, I think he'll be fine, obviously, but I'm not gonna watch him because of his acting ability. I'm gonna watch him because of his personality.
We're not looking for like an Oscar worthy performance
Right,
from
exactly.
Edge. Because his Edge, he's just there to be like, oh yeah, it's Edge from the WWE.
He's gonna start spearing people. That'd be so funny. It'd be so meta if like one of his, while he was fighting, like he just started spearing people for no reason.
It would be funny if he meets the Flash first in the bar and his theme song is playing on the jukebox.
See, that would be way better than Cold as Ice. That would be awesome.
Exactly. If he's just talking to Atom Smasher in the bar, he's like in the back here, every day I see clearly.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
That'd be perfect. And I wouldn't mind if they introduced him that way. That'd be amazing.
He just comes out like a WWE style entrance. It'd be like, what is happening?
With like a smoking building, he's coming through the smoke, and someone has a car radio, and he drives by, and he's like, every day, I see clearly.
Nice song, bro.
and he's like, nice song, bro, and then he just continues. That'd be super cheesy, but I'd love it.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, you are right. TV shows can kill an actor's career.
Mm-hmm.
If they already didn't have a big career, well, like a strong career behind it, because Bryan Cranston had a pretty strong career, and then when he got casted for Walter White, it was like, oh hey, it's Bryan Cranston, and he's, oh my god, he's so different now, because he was the comedy guy before that, and
right? Malcolm in the Middle,
and it's a couple of other comedy shows, and now he is Heisenberg.
Yeah.
And you're goddamn right.
Yeah.
By the way, they pulled that video offline of him with the Albuquerque guy.
Really? Why?
I don't know. It was stupid, but they pulled that video offline.
He probably didn't want it going around because it does make him look kind of like a jerk, but...
Yeah, it kind of does, because that guy was just asking, how did you what did you do in Albuquerque? And, I was visiting your mom, and the mic...
I just love how I dropped the mic. He's just like...
and he's just staring like, yep, I just did that.
Yeah, he's just nodding his head like... Because
I'm Bryan freaking Cranston.
Yeah.
But I think we need to end it now. We've been going for over an hour now. Mm-hmm. Anything you want to add?
No, just October is only a couple months away, and I know Flash is in October, but is Arrow in October also?
Yeah, okay. They're both gonna air in the same week.
Can't wait for Daredevil season 2.
Can't wait for Daredevil season 2. Can't wait for Flash season 2. Can't wait for Arrow season 4. Cannot wait for Walking Dead season 6. I just want to say
I haven't seen season 5 yet, so
you have to.
Yeah,
you have to.
I do.
It's such a good season. So anyway, guys, thank you. I want to thank Logan for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We'll definitely have to do it again. I kind of want to do this again, but then go more into depth about the TV shows, like actors' careers dying and long-going TV shows, or TV shows that got canceled too early, maybe.
Right. Firefly.
So, yeah, Firefly, Twin Peaks.
Oh, you can cut this out if you want, but yesterday when I got my internet set up, I was looking for my Wi-Fi network. Like, you know how you click the Wi-Fi and you see the different networks?
Yeah.
Someone's network was called Joe Bluth.
Oh, Joe Bluth.
Yeah. That was incredible. Arrested Development was canceled too.
Michael. See you later, mon frere. That means brother in French. I took 4 years of Spanish.
That is dead on. That is dead on.
I'm gonna leave that in, by the way.
Yeah, leave it in. That was incredible.
I'm gonna leave it in. Yeah. So thank you everybody for joining me. I don't know when we'll do that video. It will be somewhere in the near future. Anyway, thank you, Logan, for joining me, and I'll definitely link his channel in the description. Or you can check my channel suggestions.
More movies. Check it out. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. More movies. And go check out... we did a video together on his channel. We talked about Comic-Con 2015. So, thank you everybody for joining us. And I'll see you later. Goodbye.